Okay, this is my Gibson B4512 Deluxe. It's, I'm just going to say approximately 1971. They made these 70, 71, and 72. And this serial number falls right in the middle of the range. There's no other apparent way to get it closer than that. This is that strange period where Gibsons were not that great, but I'm really feeling this is one of those freaks that somehow just, it got the magic. Oh, and that's my cat Anya over there who's going to assist me with checking some measurements and putting new strings on this thing and seeing how it plays. It's been a while since it had new strings. Say hi, Anya. Anya. There's the pretty face. She's a good girl. Okay. Let's see what we got here as far as relief in the neck. Way less than that. Right around 9 or 10 thousandths. I'm going to leave it at that. I am going to exercise the truss rod, just loosen it and tighten it back, and I'll give it a little, just a eighth of a turn, maybe even less. The bridge is looking pretty tall. Saddle, not the bridge. $27,000 at the center. Yeah, I think I read that wrong. I know I read that wrong. What number did I just say? Something stupid. Yeah, that's more like 60 thousandths. Yeah, that's going to be. I'm tired and numbers are confusing me. I have a tendency to be confused by numbers, so I'm just going to skip that. It's tall. I have to look up what the factory original spec is on this. It doesn't look like this thing's had much work. The frets are pretty flat. But there's no fretboard wear. Anyway, I think it's time to get the strings off of this thing. I think I'm going to do the truss rod thing first, and we'll take it from there. Okay. I'll get a close-up still of the truss rod nut, but there's about 2.5 threads exposed. So if it's been adjusted, it hasn't been adjusted a whole lot. Oops. Five sixteenths, yes. So I'm just going to loosen it a little bit. Turn pretty easily. Feels a little harder going back. I'm just going to give it a little extra. Feels smooth but tight. Not going to go any more than that. If anybody ever watches this, one thing I will suggest is these little screws that you have on truss rod covers and pick guards and lots of little number 3 Phillips head screws. Buy yourself a really good tiny screwdriver. This is a snap-on. The point on snap-on screwdrivers is so much harder than just about anybody else. It's the kind of thing, snap-on tools for the most part, I can't afford them, so I don't bother, but this one definitely worth the money, because if you're careful, you will not strip screws out, and on older guitars, these screws are always so chewed up. And one of them was missing from this thing. Looks like the wood there is chewed up. So it has had some work. But anyway, I'm going to let that sit for a minute. And I'm going to get something to put the pins in. And we're going to take it from there. Okay. You know, instead of this whole stringing process being on video, I'm going to do a time lapse. Okay. Oh, Now my buddy Pete has joined me. Yes, I know you're still here, Anya. Pete's in the shot though, so I gotta talk about him. Okay, so anyway, enough about cats. I cleaned the thing and cleaned the fretboard. It wasn't too dirty. And I actually stuck my phone down inside to just see if I could see any problems. And I'm not seeing anything. The bridge pad is a little chewed up, but no more than you'd expect on a guitar this age. There's some crack repairs right around the sound hole that look like they're holding very well. There's just not a lot that concerns me about this guitar. I am just so surprised. So I'm going to string it back up and see how it intonates. And we'll take it from there. Yes, I forgot to get the broken ball end out of the guitar while I had the strings off. Hemostats are your friend. All in all, I'm pretty pleased with this thing. It's got typical age cracking in the lacquer, but the neck is, as straight as I think I could possibly want it. The intonation is pretty good. It's not perfect. I'm not sure with a saddle this thin how much you can adjust the takeoff points to get the intonation right. I definitely would want somebody way more experienced than me to do that, but it's sounding pretty good to me. I'm liking it. I think I got really lucky for a early 70s Gibson 12 string to be in this kind of shape. No headstock breaks, some minor repairs on the soundboard, very little truss rod adjustment done to it. It's still got a lot of movement left in it. The machine heads are in great shape. A little bit of oil on those and they're working perfectly. lot of saddle height. I think I said something stupid like 20 thousandths. It's 230 thousandths at the center. So a lot of saddle height. The thin saddle, I don't know if that can, like I said, I don't know how much adjustment can be done for intonation on that. I'll have to check with some more experienced people than myself to find that out. But I'm liking it. What do you think, Anya? I actually got this guitar right at the same time I got Pete. Long time ago. All right, that's it for now. Here you go, sweetie.